We talked out in Vegas. You were kind of still getting to know the guys a little bit. Now you've had a couple months to pick up on these guys' personalities a little bit and put your input in. A couple of guys just talking about how you were talking defense in the locker room and whatnot already. What's it been like now that you've gotten a little bit of time with these guys and kind of gotten an idea of how you can incorporate yourself into the mix?
It's been great. Like as you can say, as they told you, I've been talking defense in there with those guys. But you realize right away, these just a group of guys who are hungry, who wants to win, who's trying to get better, and you can see that with the ability for me to be able to come in today and just start talking defense right away. They're asking me questions, and we're laughing and joking, but we're excited. This is a great group of guys. They're young, but like I said, they're very talented and they're hungry, and you can see that.
Marcus, it's right here. It's been a lot of people kind of downplaying you, man. Like, forgetting you were defensive player of the year a couple years ago, talking about what positions you can't guard anymore, all those type of things. What do you say to the naysayers, the people who, because, Memphis, we had Dylan Brooks last year, a little taller than you. You're one of the best defenders in the league. What do you say to the naysayers who question who you can guard and what you can do for this team defensively?
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep underestimating. Every time, everything I've been going through that my whole life, and each and every year and each and every day, I continue to show everybody wrong. So I didn't win DPOY 2 years ago for no reason. So, I was still the same height. I'm still me. My arm length still the same, wingspan still the same. My hair's still long. So, it's fine. That's fine. Let them do the talking, and we'll see at the end of the year in a couple months if they still talking like that.
Marcus, right here. How do you make sure, as you become a leader on this team, that it's authentic, right? You have the reputation of being a practice elevator, and this is a very competitive team, so I imagine it can get tense at times. But how do you make sure, as you grow into a leadership role, it's authentic?
Just continue to be me. I've never been fake, and anybody who knows me understands that, and they know, I'm going to always be me no matter what. And I think by doing that allows you to that genuinism to just come out. I think with this young team, being able to see that, oh, he's normal, but he does it like this, and we like that, or no, we don't like that, and just figuring out the balance, and I think everything else will figure itself out.
Marcus, Teresa Walker with the Associated Press. With the NBA's new rule on player participation, do you feel an obligation to play every game? And is there a challenge when you're practicing hard and playing hard and trying to walk that line of being there for fans, yet making sure you're taking care of your body and being there for your team?
Yeah, if I can play, I'm playing. Plain and simple. I love this game. And, this is my dream, to play the game of basketball. So as much as I can play, I'm going to play. But, if my body tells me I can't play, then I can't play. And, I can care less what anybody say about that, because they're not out there throwing their body around like I am. So I don't see how you can tell me when I should and shouldn't play. If I don't feel like I can play, then I'm not playing. But if I'm available and I can play, best believe I'm playing.
Marcus, I hear a lot of different people talk about, with your teammates and stuff like that. Certain people take criticism, different ways and things like that. I know you're one of those guys that's going to, tell a guy exactly how it is. But are you trying to figure out, like, who you can be more blunt and more transparent with? Who do you have to deliver the message to a little bit differently? Is that part of kind of the learning your teammate process? Or is it just, look, it's going to come out how it comes out and guys receive it differently? Like, how do you get to that stage as a new player on this team?
I think it's a little bit of both. You don't want to come in too hot. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come in feeling like you're doing a lot, doing too much, or, over exacerbating things. But at the same time, you don't want to come in too low. So for me, I'm gonna keep it always real, because that's what I expect from myself. I expect if I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do, I don't expect you to turn your head. I expect you to say something to me so I can fix that, so we can be better, so I can be better for the team. So definitely going to try to see, use this next couple weeks to really figure out guys. But at the same time, like, if it's all about winning is what you say it is, It don't matter. I should be able to come at you, and you should know there's no malice behind it. It's only to help you, and vice versa. And if you can't do that, then I don't know what to tell you. We're grown men. We're here doing what we're supposed to do. We love the game of basketball. We're getting paid a lot of money to do it. Let's go do it. And that's plain and simple. If that's what you're really here to do, then somebody getting on you, correcting you, or saying something to you, or, you know, giving you that criticism, you shouldn't take it any other way, but this person is trying to help me.
Marcus, it's not unusual that your role is going to change significantly well into the season. It is unusual that you already know this ahead of time. So how does that impact your preparation, your approach to the season, and how do you navigate that knowing you're probably going to be starting point guard opening night, and then when Ja comes back, you'll have to shift to something a little bit different?
Well, that's one of my biggest qualities is being a chameleon, being able to adapt. You know, my whole life I've had to adapt. I've been on a team before here with Boston where I had to adapt, where, you know, I played a lot of primary, a lot of secondary off the ball. So that's nothing new to me. It is a unique knowing early right away, you know, that your roles are going to change. But like I said, I'm here to win. So whatever that means I have to do, whatever role that means I have to take on, that's what I'm going to do.
And Marcus, you know, Memphis has had a lot of success in the regular season. Now they're trying to get that success in the postseason. Do you find that gives you more pressure to perform in the postseason versus the regular season?
I wouldn't say it's more pressure to perform. I just think it's you know, everything is magnified. You know, every team knows what every team is running. Every team is, you know, locking in on guys' tendencies. So doing those little things is what it is. You know, the things that you weren't doing in the regular season that you were able to probably get away with or not get away with, you know, just toning those up. You know, the playoffs, and, you know, is a whole different season from itself. So you can't come into the playoffs like you were in the regular season thinking that everything you did was going to work. You got to be able to adapt.
Hey, Marcus, J.C. Smith here. Hey, I just want to get your thoughts about this team defensively overall. Last year, they were top 3 in defensive rating. Now with the addition of you and Steven Adams and another DPOY, Jaren Jackson, talk about this team defensively. And can you guys be the best defensive unit in the league this year?
I don't see why not. And I know every team's up here on this exact day saying the exact same thing, but it's not too many teams in the league that actually believe that. We're one of those teams that believe we can be, if not the best, one of the best defensive teams in this league.
And to follow up on that, playing with Jaren, who just got the DPOY, you looking forward to that and seeing and joining a group that is so good on defense and particularly playing with Jaren?
Oh, of course. You know, I'm looking forward to help keeping Jaren out of foul trouble for sure. But no, me and Jaren has joked about that. That's something that is, you know, that comes with it as a defensive guy, you know, having to be able to manage that. But like I said, this is a young team, and they got a lot of energy, and they got a lot to prove to a lot of people. And when you joining that as a defensive guy, coming against a team, coming up on a team who thinks just like you and has, you know, guys such as Jaren, who in the same boat, understands that defense and how important that is, to be able to join that team to help, you know, take the team to another level, and for that team to help take you to another level. I'm excited, and I can't wait.
Marcus, right? You kind of know that your role is going to change with this team, but, you know, Derek was just in here, and when you talk about Ja itself, obviously the two of you were brought in here to bring some leadership, but also some guidance for a young star athlete. He said, look, I'm not here to babysit. I'm here to push him and get him to how do you take that role that this team is asking of you to not only replace him for those 25 games, but to be somebody that he can lean on throughout this process as he deals with this suspension and then returning to this team?
Definitely. I think what Derek said was perfect. You know, we're not here to babysit anybody, you know, and I don't think anybody expected us coming here to do that. But we are coming in here to push one another and make each other great. And, you know, I've dealt with suspensions. I've dealt with, you know, stuff of my own. So, you know, for Ja to be able to come and talk to me is something that, you know, is a big part of this for me as well. You know, I care for him as a human and as a teammate, and I want to see him succeed, because if he's not succeeding, I can tell you one thing, this team's not going to succeed. And we know that, and I think everybody in the NBA world knows that. Thank you, guys.